you alright? I'm Andy Cunningham, Syngenta trialist again, up at the Rye-grass Focus Site near Doncaster. And as the sun goes down, actually, it's another glorious evening this time. But yeah, it's a nice still day, which has helped for something I'll tell you about in a bit. But there's two things I want to tell you about. Behind me is, well, there's nothing in it other than ryegrass and maybe a few volunteer oilseed rape. But the purpose of this trial that I'm showing you now is one of the questions we get quite often is when is it best to apply the contact herbicide, whether that's your sulfonylurea herbicides like Broadway Star, or maybe the fop and trim chemistry like pinoxidine, which is in axial. When is it best to apply? Is it best to apply it in the autumn or is it in the spring? Now, there's pluses and minuses of doing both. If you go in the autumn, you'll get the ryegrass that's quite juvenile. Also, it's got relatively big headache regards to the herbicide stack that you put on with the residual herbicides. But there is also that shadow that looms over it with regards to spring germination ryegrass, and you want to be able to target the best timing. Now, if you go in the spring, yes, you'll get that spring regrowth, but the ryegrass that is germinated in the autumn has become more hardy, and hence why it's a bit more hard to control. So what this is devised behind me is, it's a no crop in there, it's just ryegrass as I said, but we're going to apply your SU herbicide. this one I'm going to use Broadway Star. I'm also going to compare that with our Axial Pro at 0.82 rate, and then also going to join them together. Now, the reason I've done that is because they both work in different ways. They have different mode of actions. One's a ALS inhibitor, which is your SU herbicide, and the other one is an ACCase inhibitor, which is the Axial. And you get different types of resistance. Sorry to go too far into this, but you get two types of resistance. You either have enhanced metabolic resistance, which is the normal rate that would normally kill that weed doesn't kill it anymore, so you end up having to increase the rate just to get a better level of control. Or you get target site resistance, and that's what you get with ALS and also ACCase inhibitor herbicides. So if you have a ryegrass that's resistant to ALS herbicides, but maybe not so much of the ACCase, you're still going to get that level of control because target site is very specific, and you either get control or not. So if you join them both together, there's a better chance of getting control. So I'm going to do that in the autumn. In fact, I did it 2 days ago, and actually, so we are, should have told you, on the 2nd of November. And then I'm going to go back in the spring and apply the same treatments, but just in the spring, and just see what level of control we get. So yeah, that'll be quite interesting. I'll just show you what level of ryegrass we've got in there. And as you look, just go straight down. You should be able to see. You can see we've got quite a nice flush going on there. Yes, we have got some volunteer oilseed rape, but it was rape before the previous crop. So, yep, we'll see what comes of that. The second thing I was going to talk to you about was this bare patch here. So you can see the plots that we drilled, but there's this bit here. There's 3 plots going to get drilled on Monday. So, what's that, 3rd, 4th, 5th? On the 5th of November, which is pretty much a month after we drilled the whole site, we're going to be putting winter wheat, winter barley, and also spring barley. I know that might sound a bit weird, putting spring barley in the autumn. It's common knowledge that if you put spring barley in, it gives you a chance to tiller out more so than it would do in the spring. So we'll see what we get there. But also we're obviously going to be looking at vibrance versus a competitor SPD, which is what I mentioned earlier in my previous video update. But in case you didn't see it, vibrance is this product that Syngenta has. It's almost like a standard single purpose dressing but on steroids. It increases rooting, crop comes through the ground thicker, stronger, and if you can get that, especially in this late period that we're going to be drilling into on Monday, if you can get that crop through as quick as it can and establish better before the harsh winter comes, it can only be a good thing. And then obviously today, with it being a relatively still night, I've just burnt it off with glyphosate. So you can see the level of ryegrass that we've got. we're probably looking at 65, maybe 85 across the whole period. Across the whole patch that we're going to drill is covered in ryegrass, as you can see, hopefully, from that. Yeah, so until that point, have a good weekend, and I will might see you Monday. Cheers, bye.